Your marriage might not have a marriage problem. It might have a hormone problem. And nobody is going to tell you that. Not your doctor, not your wife, definitely not you. Because the man in the middle of it is the last one to see it. And that's just the way it is. And the symptoms are all there, right? Lethargic, being tired, not being able to provide and do the things that you want to do, even though like you might be white knuckling it. And reality is apathy, lack of interest in sex, or lack of being able to perform. And that's an embarrassing thing. And I get that. Let me tell you what it looked like for me. I came back from Afghanistan and my last deployment and my body was wrecked. Within 6 months, I had 5 surgeries. A doctor looked at me and my scans and told me I had the body of a 72-year-old man, and I was about 31, I think. Before that, I was chewing up 1,600 milligrams of ibuprofen every single mission, like it was just candy. But that was the part that I could see. And then once I got out, the part that I could not see was worse. I stopped sleeping. My energy was gone. My drive was gone, all of it. I put on weight. I went from 240 pounds at 10% body fat to 240 pounds at 30% body fat. You know, my mood fell through the floor. And then I would sit on my couch with my laptop open, pretending to answering emails, and all while I'm playing stupid app games on my phone for hours. You know, games that are built for kids, but I was just checked out. That was the Marine Raider. That was me. My wife would ask for help with the kids, and I could not even fake that I cared. And I hated that couch, but being on it was easier than being present. So a friend finally talked to me and said, "Hey, Nick, he knew I was dealing with some depression. He saw that my body was kind of obviously like not what I was supposed to be looking like, how he knew me versus how I looked. And he's like, listen, man, like he was a civilian. He goes, I'm not trying to say post-traumatic stress isn't real and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't live your life, but I think that you should get a blood test." So I finally did. At first I was like, whoa, I'm a man. I eat steak, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is I did go get my blood work done and my testosterone came back. I think the first time was a 91. And then, I did it again and it was in the low 200s. And of course the regular doctor at the VA says, "Oh, it's normal for my age." Normal for a young 30-something-year-old guy in the low 200s, the testosterone of a 70-year-old man, and I was 31, 32, and my body was running on fumes. And a professional looked at me in the eye and told me I was fine. And that right there, gentlemen, is the lie that's wrecking marriages in this country. Not the number, the word normal. And so what is the cost of that? The cost is everything. The cost is your ability to go out there and crush it in your job, your ability to get off work and go play with your kids, your ability to show up the way that your wife needs you to show up, the ability to have like any sort of sexual desire. Here's the part that still gets me. My wife set our kids down, my ex-wife at the time, set our kids down and explained to them that their dad was going through something from his time in the military. And she asked them to be patient with me. I didn't even believe in any of that at the time. I thought it was for the weak. I literally said, if some guys are going through this sort of thing, then they just aren't cut out for the job. And I cannot believe that I said that as a young man, because it's that kind of dialogue is actually very damaging from somebody that's actually going through that. And I thought it was for the weak. And I found out about that conversation later, and it absolutely broke me. My kids were learning to navigate around me like I was wreckage in the road, and I couldn't see it because the man in collapse never can. And really on that right there, like now hear the actual point. I'm not telling you that there's a pill that fixes your marriage. It doesn't. I'm telling you that a man running on empty cannot show up for the people he loves, no matter how much he loves them. Your body was telling you the truth long before your brain was willing to hear it. The exhaustion, the short fuse, the distance, the feeling that you're watching your own life behind glass, those aren't character flaws. A lot of the time, they are chemistry, and chemistry can be measured, and chemistry can be fixed. If any of that sounded like you, then you need to get your blood checked. Just get your levels checked, and then do it once a year. Actually checked, and do not accept the word normal without any sort of documentation behind it, okay? If the medical side is where you're at and you're ready, my team at Core Medical does exactly this. The link is in the description, all right? There's There's no commitment needed. We're just going to do blood work to see what your symptoms are and then what the blood work says. Okay? That's it. And then make an educated decision. But if the couch, the distance, the man behind the glass hits something deeper than a lab result, then the fix isn't only in your blood, it's in the work. All right? And I put together a free series called Reclaim the Man Within. It's the first step back for the man who knows he's not who he used to be. The link is in the description as well. It costs you nothing but the willingness to start. So get your levels checked and actually start reclaiming the man that your family actually needs, the one that your kids need and your ones your wives need. I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments below. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. Remember to like it. Remember to drop me a comment. I want to respond to it. I'm actually the one responding to the comments. And if you like this video, you're going to absolutely love this one right here.